People say that staff are the problem quite often in their businesses, but unfortunately the way our staff behave is directly reflective of how we are behaving ourselves. How your business can drown you if you don't keep an eye on your money, your mindset and your staff. The big problem that we hear, or some of the problems that we hear from as a rule from our tradie business owners, is that they have challenges with time, team and money. And all of those three things are going to end up being a reflection of you and your mindset. They're going to be a reflection of you and your education level, and they're going to be also a reflection of you and your level of leadership. So three things: education, mindset and leadership. What I want to know is, what would you score yourself on those three things? So what would you score yourself out of 10 on your mindset around how your business runs? Are you abundant? Are you got a growth mindset? What would you score yourself out of 10? What would you score yourself out of 10 on your education levels, as far as money goes, and finance, as far as knowing how to run a business, as far as knowing how to market, knowing how to sell, knowing how to do all of that? And also, what would you rate yourself out of 10 when it comes to your leadership skills? And tradies, that one really, they're all for you, those three things, because you're primarily responsible at the end of the day for all three of those elements in your business. So let me just touch on the leadership side for a sec. People say that staff are the problem quite often in their businesses, but unfortunately the way our staff behave is directly reflective of how we are behaving ourselves. So if we are doing the mates versus being a boss, then that's going to be a challenge from a leadership perspective. If you are not disciplining your people or rewarding and recognizing them for good work that's done, that's a flaw in your leadership. It's not necessarily a flaw in the staff. And if you're turning over staff a lot, or you can't seem to find staff, often it's a reflection of you. And I'm really sorry to say that, but staff are not always the problem. Sometimes they are, and you need review processes and performance management processes in to mitigate that, but it's quite often your stuff that's in the way. So how is your leadership style? Are you confidently leading your staff, or are you really unsure how to manage? Are you confidently leading your clients? Because, people say, oh, clients are shit. Well, guess what? It's because you're not leading them the way that they need to be led. So it's up to you to be a good leader in that space and to lead from the front with both your staff and your clients. As far as your mindset goes, your business will drown you if your mindset is not right. So I'll be honest, I've had moments throughout my business ownership career where I have said, like I hear so many tradies say, oh, it'd just be easier for me to do it myself. But that's not actually the answer. If your mindset says that to you sometimes, then you're barking up the wrong tree. You are going to end up in a world of hurt. You're going to wear yourself out. You are going to burn out, like I did at the end of last year. And I'm clawing myself back from a mental health perspective now. And I mean clawing, like some days I don't want to get on this screen. Some days I do it really tough because I got myself to burnout, and I don't want that for any of you. And if your mindset is not right, that's how you could end up. So primarily my function here now with all of you is to support you, to prevent you from getting into that place yourselves, a place of burnout where you're stressing about your financials and not able to sleep at night, where you've got too much work that you can't get through, and or it's the kind of work that you don't want to do because it's not making you any money. That just plays on your mind big time. Or you're going to cook yourselves because you keep saying things like it's just easier for me to do it myself, or you say things like it's hard to find good staff, or you cook yourself because you'll say things like, well, I have to take on that work because there's never going to be enough. Like, that is all a you issue. That is not a business issue. And I know it's hard to hear that, and that is not what we say when we're coaching you as clients. We have total and utter empathy for you. We understand what it's like to be doing your absolute best but not seeing the result. And we have complete empathy for that. But your business will drown you if you don't make some decisions to change the way things currently are. One of the best liners ever is, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. So if nothing changes, what does that mean for you? Basically, it's getting you to reflect on your current position and your current situation financially, from a mental health perspective, from all elements. And then it's also, you want to be thinking about where you're going. Like, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. What does that mean for you? So does it mean your husband's never around and that's never going to change? Does it mean you're never going to have financial freedom and financial confidence? That will never change if nothing changes. Does it mean your staff are going to keep walking all over you, or you're going to keep walking all over them, or you're just going to lose them? Because if nothing changes, that won't change. Does it mean that you're still going to be invoicing in another year's time until 11, 12 o'clock at night? Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Does it mean that you're going to keep missing out on soccer and footy and netball on the weekends? Because if nothing changes, then nothing can change. Just ask yourself these questions. Think about 5 years' time. How old are your kids going to be by then? How old are you going to be by then? Will you have celebrated a milestone birthday, and is it going to be what you expected it to be by the time you hit that age? Or are you going to be rolling into that milestone birthday and just going, well, it's just been the same. Everything's been the same for the last year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. If nothing changes, nothing changes, guys. And our job is to be your personal trainers in business, basically, and give you the strength, give you the knowledge, give you the skills, equip you with the mindset to run a business that is everything that you want it to be, and for you to enjoy that, because that's actually what you deserve. You already have worked your ring out, no doubt, to get to this point that you're at now. That's not okay. And if that doesn't change, then nothing changes. If you don't learn more, nothing changes. If you don't implement what needs to be implemented, nothing changes. Because that's the thing about a coaching program. It's great to go on to a coaching program, but if you don't actually implement the stuff, then nothing's going to change. So you've got to be diving in, ready to do what needs to be done. And if you're ready to do what needs to be done and you're prepared to do the work, and when I say the work, it's not hard. This stuff, it takes time, it takes commitment, and you do have to implement it, but none of it's rocket science, because we've got all of the stuff.